Hi, and thank you for joining us for Monday Encouragement video. So last week we spoke about the fact that for every flood there's a rainbow and a promised land for every wilderness. And this week I wanted to look at Hannah, which is Samuel's mother, and I'm going to be looking at 1 Samuel 2 verses 18 and 19 because the Bible in Proverbs, it tells us that we should train up a child in the way they should go. We know that motherhood or parenting is not just a one-time thing. It's not just something we do one day or one week, but it's something that we have to do over and over and over again. And this is what we find Hannah doing in this scripture. So before I read it, I wanted to give a backstory of who Hannah was. She had no children, and for years she was praying and asking God for a child. She said, God, if you give me a child, I will do whatever it is in my power to make sure that this child serves you. Make sure that this child walks according to your purpose, plan, and expectation. Whatever it is I have to do, God, to facilitate them being obedient to you is what I'm going to do. And as mothers, as parents, that should be the cry of our heart. God, whatever it is that I have to do to make sure that my child is walking according to your purpose, plan, and expectation, I will do. So 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 18 and 19, it says, But Samuel ministered before the Lord, being a child, girded with the linen ephod. Moreover, his mother made him a little coat, and brought it to him from year to year when she came up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice. So here we see every year this mother is providing a covering for her child. You know, physically as he was growing, his coat that she brought the previous year would get old and it would have holes in it and get tattered and washed out. And so every year as he grew, she would have to bring him a new coat that matched his physical growth. And the spiritual lines up with the physical. And as our children mature and they grow spiritually, we also have to provide a covering for them. And it's funny because what I got was that coat stands for covering of Almighty's truth. COAT, covering of Almighty's truth. So every year Hannah brought a covering, a physical covering and a spiritual covering for her son. And in the same way that our children grow and we have to know what shoe size they wear or what shirt size or dress size, and we have to continuously upgrade, or we have to continuously renew the physical covering that we give them so it fits them appropriately. As our children grow and mature spiritually, they're going to face different challenges. And depending on the challenges that they're going to be facing, our spiritual covering, our spiritual coat has to match those challenges so that we can make sure that they are protected appropriately. So this week I just wanted to encourage you that in the same way that we know what physical covering our children need, in the same way, let us find out what challenges they're facing so that we can make sure that we're providing the correct spiritual covering for them as well. Thank you for watching. Be blessed, and I will see you next week.